keep it real, keep the culture alive. It's the spot where the goats get respect. If you ain't locked in, better come correct. Yeah, the sports den, this is where it's at. If you talking sports, then we talking facts. Lock in, tap in, don't sleep on the show. The sports den, let's go, let's go.
What's up, y'all? Back to the sports den. It's week 6 recap of the NFL. And man, this week had everything. They had upsets, had fights, rookies making some noise, and the Bears. Yeah, the Bears, y'all, pulling off another nail biter. So let's get into them. First off, this league is wide open. There's no clear favorite right now. Sunday feels like chaos vibes. We got rookies balling like vets, legends, proving points, and a few teams that look straight up lost. Tony, what's up with you, man?
Hey, how we doing, Mr. Caddy? How we doing this week?
You good, man? What's going on, man? Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, you already know. I won't miss it for the world.
Yes, sir. So with that open analog, what you think of how the league looking right now? This Sunday, I mean, like I say, no team is taking off. The teams that we thought would, everybody is either 2-4 or 4-2. Those are the ranges of the records. You know what I'm saying? The unbeaten team's been beaten twice. So, what's your, how the league looking right now in your perspective?
Well, my perspective, man, I mean, it's like I can't keep jumping on and off bear wagons right now. It's like when the team win 2-0, then that's when we say they the good team to beat. And then they end up losing 2 in a row. Then all of a sudden, they ain't a Super Bowl contender. So right now, man, it's hard to stick with any team right now, to be honest. I mean, it's like everybody is just beating on everybody for real, week to week. Hell, it's even showing up in my football pool. I can't pick a right team to save my life right now.
I feel it. That goes when I say that there's been many upsets. Right now, I feel like the league right now is being competitive. Everybody being competitive. Nobody. I think right now you can't say this team is better than that team. That team is better than this. I feel like this second half of the season gonna be up for grabs.
Oh, it's definitely up for grabs.
The teams that you thought was taking off, they looking lost.
You remember when we were just saying Buffalo gonna go 16-1 and
right, 16-1 and
Philly looked like they couldn't be beat. Now I see all type of weaknesses.
And Baltimore, the most complete team at the time, right? And all
exactly.
And they struggling just like every.
They struggling hard. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's my point.
Yeah. So, with what team you? No, let's not jump into that right now because I know I got a spot for that.
Yeah, sir. We got a long show. We all right.
I was about to jump into something. But I just wait because it's gonna be that time for that thing. So let's get into some. You want to do some highlights? We can jump right into the highlights.
We'll do some highlights.
All right, let's do this. Biggest upset. The Giants stunned the Eagles. Thursday night kicked off this week with a shocker. Giants smoked Philly, 34-17. Jackson Dart, we was talking about him last week, had himself another night, 2 passing touchdowns, one on the ground, and not a single turnover.
Yeah,
he looked like a vet out there. I ain't gonna lie, he was clean this week. Jackson Dart was clean. The Eagles, on the other hand, they look real flat. They had no energy, no rhythm. Hurts got sacked 5 times. Where that line at? Where's that tush push line?
Mm-hmm.
Might want to breathe. It's still early. I'm not crowning anybody, but they came out smoking. I think it's too early for their fire to be simmering out like it did Sunday. Give me a take
I
on
understand.
it.
I mean,
So,
you know, my take on this game, as far as the Giants, I mean, I think they own something. I think they got you know, excuse my French, but they got two white boys that's really showing up. You know what I mean? And I think between them two, you know, they building on something. I mean, hell, when Russell went in that one play, and hell, they booed and booed and booed. So it just goes to show you how much you know, backing that they got. But my man, Dart, he got swag, right? And you could tell that he's there to win. And I like his confidence, and I like his attitude, you know, and he played through it. And it's like he put him on his back, and they just couldn't lose. You know what I mean? The way he was out there playing. And then you got your what's his name, Sugar Boo? I'm just gonna call him Sugar Bear.
Scatterboo. I call him all Scott.
Okay,
I call
there
him.
we go.
Do you know who that actually is, though? Do you know who
What?
they got playing running back over there in New York? What's that man's name? He's from Marvel. What they call him with the big ass head? Juggernaut.
Okay. Hey, for real. I mean, you
It's
know.
Juggernaut. Because he's not fast. He's
Exactly.
not shabby. He's not swingy, jab. He's not a juke guy. All
Right.
he got is a bad attitude and momentum.
I call it a reincarnated Mike Allstott.
Hey, come on, call him MJ then, goddammit. And Mike Allstott Jr.
And, you know, he every time he got the ball, but see, as a fan, that's what you want to see. You know what I mean? When you want to know what he's gonna do next. You know what I mean? And Philly didn't bring that, and they didn't have that. I think they passed a little too much, because you know, Jalen. You know, I remember Cam Newton went through this problem with game when he called him a game management quarterback. But that's what he is. You know what I mean? And he got outside of that. I think he tried to show that I could beat you with my arm, and honestly, they really can't. You know, just overall, they need to run the ball to Saquon, and they got away from that, especially in the second half. And you know, sometimes as a team, that can catch up with you. You just really want to stick to the running game, and you know, keep the offense off the field. Should you say the other team's offense off the field? And they wasn't doing that. And you know, Giants was at home, and they they lived up to the hype. And lo and behold, and hell, Giants won convincingly, didn't they? Didn't they win by 8 some points?
34-17.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? So it was like,
34-17.
yeah, so it was like the scores pretty much saying that they got their ass kicked.
Exactly.
So, you know, it was just one of them games where Philly's preparation damn sure didn't show up on that field. So, you got what you got. So now what? Philly lost 2 in a row now?
Philly lost 2 in a row.
And they just coming off of what, 18 in a row?
Yes, they lost 2. They lost 2 in a row. And they lost 2 in a row. And you know, I'm going to use one of your lines. Philly didn't just lose that game. New York actually won it. You know how they didn't give it up because the defense was flat. They didn't play like Philly. I think it was just, was it just an off week? Was it just an off week? Or is something going on over there in Philadelphia? But we'll look at that, talk about that when it comes to week 7.
Real quick though, and another thing as far as these these Phillies and these Phillies and you know the Bills and you know these top notch teams. I ain't gonna lie, that first half of their schedule, it's brutal. You know, so that play a role in it too. But right now, everybody got a squad. It seems like so. You know, only besides Cincinnati, you know, hurt quarterback and you know banged up San Fran. But we're gonna get into all that. But you know, just with all them, you know what I mean. It's like it's too early, but yet it's starting to show signs. They can be beat.
Definitely. Let's jump down to the game of the week. In my world, Bears versus Commanders. Let's start it. Let's do it. Chicago fans, stand up. The Bears pulled out another last-second win, 25-24 over Washington. Jake Moody, they call him, with the ice in his veins. Knocked down a 38-yarder when time expires. The two straight game winners. You feel something shifting in the locker room over there in Chicago. They're not great yet, but you can believe again, in my book.
Yes.
That game went great. It was actually very interesting and good game. Mistakes was made on both sides of the ball for Chicago and Washington. And basically, I think I feel like the smarter coach won the game.
I can agree with that.
And they played very precautionary ball. I believe it was a little chilly out there and wet. So, and when you do that, what you're supposed to do, not pass, but run the ball. And Chicago did dominate on the ground. A game that DeAndre Swift put up some yards.
Yes.
What he had?
I think he had like 100. I think he had like 106 or something like that, somewhere around there.
On 15 carries. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's a very efficient. Yes. He did 108 with 14 carries.
Okay.
And that's a very efficient game for him. To be honest with you, if it wasn't for DeAndre Swift, the Chicago Bears probably would not won that game at all.
I agree.
They better gave him the game ball.
Yeah, right.
They better gave him the game ball. He led the team in receiving and rushing that game. What's your take?
I mean, my take on this one was I'm gonna have to say the play calling. I think the Bears is switching it up a lot. You know what I mean? I think since Ben Johnson is at the helm, you know what I mean? I think his play calling. I mean, I understand he ain't the offensive coordinator, but it's like they coming in with trick plays. You know what I mean? And they working. And it's keeping the other defense on their toes in a way. So I think between the balance of the running game and Caleb Williams, they really making mistakes out here for real. I mean, he overthrow the ball a little bit, but yet he still get the ball to the receivers. And I think that really played a big role. You know what I mean? It was a balanced attack. And I'm glad we won the revenge game, you know, dating back last year.
It definitely was, and I'm kind of glad that, it came down to. I'm kind of glad that it came down to kind of sort of how it was last year. Another nail biter.
Yeah,
because it was just a good game.
It was a good game.
Very good game. Another question.
What you
As
got?
a Bears fan, you are a Bears fan. So
I'm a Bears fan.
With Caleb Williams play so far,
Yep.
do you still miss Justin Fields with the Jets being 4-6.
Mr. Caddy, that'll be a negative.
No.
Who is Justin? Who we talking?
Justin who? Okay. I'm asking you this because I know your opinion about this, and now we record. Now you can put it out there. Are you mad they still traded him for, you know what I'm saying, the picks and all that to get Caleb?
I mean, honestly, they slowly making me eat my words. You know, it's like it's one of those I talk too quick type of thing. I didn't let it develop, should you say, before I jumped on the bandwagon on things. Now, don't get me wrong, we still could have plugged them holes, but yet, you know, Caleb, I think he really starting to overcome his should you say, his will to really get the job done, and I think he's been doing that. You know what I mean?
You
know, outside the fingernail polish, but you know, we ain't gonna talk about that part. But it was like it's like he's really truly fitting into, hey, I'm gonna be a Bear, and this is where I'm at. This is what I gotta do, and you gotta see it. He's settling down a little bit.
He's settling down, and I also want to say this. Like, I'm still a true believer, and I told this to people, and they be like, get the fuck out of here, and all this other crap. I'm a true believer that year 3, when Caleb Williams was drafted, Justin Fields was in year 3, which he was showing growth, which he still is growing.
Yeah.
But in year 3, he was at what Caleb was coming into the league, in my eyes.
Okay.
Did that make sense?
It make a lot of sense.
So, since it's been 2 years, so it's year 5 for Justin Fields, and year 3 for Caleb, right?
I think this is second year, ain't it?
Year 2 for Caleb, right? Year 2 for Caleb. I'm sorry. Year 2 for Caleb. Do you think Justin Fields still a better quarterback than him? Watching him play just these year and a half.
I mean, with that,
I miss Justin Leg. I miss Justin Leg. But I take every attribute of Caleb Williams after that.
I mean, with your question that you asked, I mean, it's like Justin, unfortunately, he dealing with a lot of issues going on at the Jets helm. You know what I mean? And between the two, it's like you looking at two different programs, should you say. I mean, you got Justin having issues with the coaching and his offensive coordinator and so on. But yet you got Caleb, you know, he's developing with better coaching, and it's showing. You know what I mean? Because Jets, they have, you know, they pretty was in the game on all the games that they lost, but they haven't won. And Caleb here is what, 3 in a row right now, and he's averaging about 3 TDs in them 3 wins. So
hey, he's playing ball.
He's playing ball, exactly. So
and
you know, you can just tell through the coaching that, you know, it's definitely going in Caleb's favor right now, just by the coaching, should you say?
Excuse me. I agree. I definitely agree with that. And I feel like one statistic that's not really getting looked at right now is his turnover. He's not really turning the ball over at all. And Caleb Williams is going to be all right. He's going to be one of those that you really need to go to. So let's get to it. The Chiefs are back. Patrick Mahomes reminded everybody why he's him. 320 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a 13-17 win over the Lions. But yo, the post game got a little spicy. Brian Branch for the Detroit threw a punch at Juju Smith-Schuster after the whistle. So yeah, Mahomes got the W, and the Chiefs got a little extra bulletin board material when they go to the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on Detroit? How did they look against the Kansas City Chiefs? I don't even know why I said it like that, like I was a fan. Then I said it like I was a fan.
You know, you said it like you was involved. You know, you got pops and balls with them.
But anyway, the Lions, like I feel like the Lions only make bad teams look worse and make good teams look even better. What's your take on it? What's your take on that game? And what's your take on Detroit Lions losing that game, which they could have made a big statement by beating Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie on this one, Caddy. I thought this was gonna be a shootout at the OK Corral on this one. You know what I mean? I thought both teams was gonna come in swinging, but it's like Detroit never got their footing. You know what I mean? In this game, they got away from the running game real quick, and the defense looked real suspect. You know what I mean? Right out the gate, I think they was like, oh shit, we playing Mahomes. So you know, it's like they played like it. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Instead of saying fuck Mahomes, you know, let's kill this. You know what I mean? And no, they went out there and kind of played passive with them, and Mahomes made them pay. But you know, it's kind of hard to say who's the better team because 2 weeks ago, Detroit was the better team, right? You know what I mean? They looked like they was the better team, but now you got KC that won 2-3 in a row, and they clicking on all cylinders right now. I mean, you know, you got Taylor Swift was at the game, and hell, ain't she about 10-1 at the game now? So
hey, I always think she lost by one game, man. She actually she takes staking her claim. I'm so glad they didn't give her the Super Bowl, man. But anyway,
we wouldn't have really never heard the end of that one.
Yeah, man, she would have been like the greatest superstar ever. That she didn't did it all. Yeah, but the Chiefs, to me, I like them as a team. But do you feel like the Chiefs show you inconsistent? Because you know they will be winning, but they'll be leading the league and drop passes and shit like that. I don't understand.
Well, that's their weakness right now, though, is the receiving. To me, you know, because one thing about Andy Reid, he gonna always come up with the best game plan possible for that week. Like he using 3 running backs now. You know, he using both tight ends now with Kelsey and the other guy, and receiver. It's like he's covering up what are their weakness. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And it's like he working around it type of thing. But that's where you know it's a good coach. So I respect Andy Reid and where they at now more than I do the players or where they at now type of thing. I think. You know, as certain teams, it don't matter who you throw in, they gonna get the job done. And that's what you see out of Kansas City. You know, it's that old school New England type team. You know what I mean? No matter who in the hell Brady was throwing the ball to, somebody was gonna catch that damn thing. You know, or who's the running back, somebody was gonna get 80 yards type of thing. So I think Kansas City is falling in that gap. You know, they just too good to just keep beating, and you got to really beat them, you know. I think Detroit should have went in, like I said, the hell with Mahomes, and went in and just took care of their business. Because on paper, Detroit is the better team on paper, should I say?
Definitely, but
But at the same token, you can't never count Andy Reid out. He been there, done that. He know what this shit look like. He know what falling, 2-5 look like. He know what being up 5-1 look like. You know what I'm saying? So, between the two, they're a veteran team. But Detroit, at the same time, they need to set examples. They need to set statements, and they ain't doing that. You know what I mean? Year after year, since they've been winning, it's like they saying we good, but we ain't good enough to beat you when it counts. You see what I'm saying?
That's what I just said. Detroit only makes the bad teams look worse and the good teams look better. I don't know why it's like that. Even in shootouts with better teams, they still make them look better because they do not win those games.
Right. Yeah. So
and I could sit here because they in our division, and I could simply sit here and say Detroit been winning pretty damn good. I can't say they make the playoffs every year. For at least 4 to 5 years, Detroit been that team. But where have we got them?
That's the question.
They get flat at the end of the year, get a wild card, and get that ass whooped, just like the Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
Tampa Bay makes a statement, and let's talk about it. Baker Mayfield and Tampa Bay took down the 49ers 30-19. Baker out there playing mistake-free football, and that defense, super nasty. They're sitting at 5-1. Quietly, one of the NFC most complete teams. But people sleeping on Tampa, but you better not sleep on Tampa. Baker Mayfield out there playing MVP football.
Yes.
Is this been the Baker that been out there the whole time, just not got the right chance? Or I feel like if he feel like Tom Brady could do it, he could do it. Because I feel they haven't lost a stride since Tom left, because Baker stepped right in and been looking good ever since. I don't know. Buccaneers look scary. But
you know what's up though with the Buccaneers, man? It's like once again, Buccaneers got some injured receivers just as much, right?
Right, and they always been in shootout games. They games
but
been.
You wanna know what I like about Baker though? When he first got in the league, he was not humble, right? Talented, but not humble.
Right.
Since then, he didn't got humble. But yet now he's playing with the same talent, if that makes sense. So it's like you gotta really beat Baker to really truly get where you're trying to get to when you messing with Tampa Bay. I think their defense is solid. They got a system.
I got you, and I feel like I'm a Baker Mayfield fan only because I like how he got this chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, he do.
Because he been tossed around a little bit, but he been to the Browns, to Carolina, then to where he's at now. Did I miss a spot? I don't know if I did. I'm sorry, but he had more. He had better skills to been tossed around like that.
Right.
Not really to get to know a system. and I feel like he's playing the best football he can because he knows this system. He has the opportunity with the same coach, same OC, all
Hey,
that.
that's love too, because you could
And
tell that them two is clicking.
right, and now he knows this playbook. He knows these receivers. Now he can play football like he wants to. This is not a Cleveland Brown Baker Mayfield.
Mayfield. Right. I agree.
This is not. Let me get another shot over here in Carolina, Baker Mayfield. No, this is a Baker Mayfield that didn't sit down. Oh, let me see what you got going on. Oh, this is nice. And fed into the height. This Baker Mayfield is very dangerous. If he can stay healthy, and he has been healthy,
Yup.
Tampa Bay, very dangerous for any team in the NFC.
I mean, they definitely can compete with any team for sure. And I think they good enough to be at their house or on the road. You know what I mean? Like I said, you gotta really beat Tampa Bay. You know what? They got 2 losses, I think, or 1 loss.
One, they 5-1, the only team.
Okay,
with
5-1.
a loss. Yes,
Who they lose to?
Philly.
Philly. Okay, and that's when Philly was clicking on all cylinders. You know what I'm saying? Can they beat Philly today? I think so.
I think they'll smoke 'em, to be honest. If Baker Mayfield played the Philly that played in week 6, yeah, they smoking them.
Right.
Smoking them. Smoking them. Let's do this. Couple rapid games. Let's talk about Bills Falcons real quick.
Yes.
Bajan, that dude looked like second coming of Barry Sanders. I don't care.
I mean, I said this in week 2, Caddy, that this is my new favorite running back, and
Hey,
I didn't know nothing about this guy until this year. I
What?
mean, I know he played last year, but
Yeah,
you know, like I said, it's the Falcons, so it's like who paying attention, right?
ATL, right?
I love this guy, I really do. He got all the intangibles. He remind me of Marshall Faulk all over again. You know, he run the ball, and plus he coming out the backfield. He's very dangerous, even just touching the ball. And
man,
he one of them players, like I said about the Giants. You just give him the ball and waiting to see what happens. You know what I mean? You gotta respect and love them type of players. But he's definitely in the mix of Atlanta being where they at. But with that being said, I can't take none for Knicks either. You know, Nick, you know, I think he's getting them first downs that he needs to be getting. He ain't scared to throw the ball. You know what I mean? He was throwing that ball in tight windows. So, but is it? I gotta ask you a question. Is it once again a Atlanta win or a Bills loss? Is we giving Bills too much credit? Should you say?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna put it like this. It was an Atlanta win, right?
Okay.
It was an Atlanta win.
Mm-hmm.
I would have said it was a Buffalo Bill loss if one player got involved for ATL, which he didn't, and he never does. And you know who I'm about to say. Kyle Pitts. The man had 18 yards. But
right.
Why do he need to do anything when you got Bajan Robinson taking over the defense, whooping them, cooking them for 200 yards? To be honest with you, I understand, but he's supposed to be his first round tight end, and that's not a game of first round tight end shouldn't be had. That's the same thing like the Bears. I could name 5 tight ends right now that either they're not involved in the offense or they just not performing up to the hype.
That's it.
Next one. Spit one at me. What game Excuse me, my bad.
No, you too.
Colts,
I mean,
Colts, Raiders.
okay.
Did New York give up on Daniel Jones too early? Because he looked like a whole different person in Indiana. And what's up with the Raiders? Rookie running back, supposed to be, I can't say supposed, he just ain't found his stride yet. Supposed to be an X factor for the offense down there. Is the line just that terrible that they can't get any offense?
I mean, you know, for us the Raiders, man, let's be honest. Al Davis got them boys cursed. He over there rolling around in his grave saying, y'all ain't gonna win shit. You know what I mean? just based off of how they treated him, how they did him type of thing before he passed. But, you know, R.I.P. Al Davis. But, you know, it's a situation, man, that, you know, Pete Carroll is it's gonna take 2-3 years, but do we got them 2-3 years? You know, is Geno the fit for that team, should you say? You know, because I kind of had some high hopes. It feels like, to me, going into the season, the Raiders should be where the Colts is at now, type of thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But because they schedule ain't really all that strong. So it's a lot of games that they should have won and didn't. You know, even my Bears, you know what I mean?
Right.
Hell. But, you know, it's just a situation where, you know, Pete Carroll, you know, and Geno Smith, I don't think they seeing eye to eye for whatever reason. You know, and I think it's just showing up in the Raiders, you know, team. But it's hard to say, is it the offense? Is it the defense? But the defense is averaging about close to almost 21 points a game type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it ain't like they're getting blown out, but yet they ain't winning either.
I want to say this. On the Geno Smith side of things, that's the same Geno Smith I sit in Seattle. I hate to say it, but it is.
Okay.
So,
but at least Geno was a game manager at Seattle, though.
I mean, I feel like it's the same Geno Smith from Seattle with less help.
Definitely less help.
Because he don't have no Tyler Lockett, right? He don't have no what big homie name that's in Pittsburgh now? The track runner.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of his name.
You don't have Metcalf, DK. You don't have DK Metcalf. Yep. So he don't have these guys. And so he has less help. Not saying they some scrubs, but he just don't have those type of players in Las Vegas that he had in Seattle. So it's the same quarterback, less help. And this is what you get. That's why it says the team game. I mean, one man can make the other teams better. I mean, the other team makes better to make the team flow, but you can't do it by itself.
Can't do it by itself.
And since we're talking about teams in trouble, like the Raiders, that's on the flip side. Let's jump this. The Jets, the only team that's winless. They 0-6. They had negative yards in London this week. Negative passing yards. I didn't even know that was possible. You could have a negative passing stat.
Because I think Justin, he ended up with like 45 total, somewhere around there. So that's sad. But you want to know if he was sadder though?
What's that?
I picked the Jets 5 out of their 6 losses to win.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I hate to admit that, but that's a true statement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just goes to show you how much I drunk the Kool-Aid going into the season with the Jets. You know what I mean? So
Man.
that just goes to show you where my head is at with the Jets. You know what I mean? I'm very highly disappointed, but I didn't know that the Jets from the organization on down, as far as the top office all the way down to the towel boy, that don't nobody want to be in the Jets stadium or the Jets uniform, should you say? So
Definitely. So yeah,
you know, and it's showing. So I think the Jets are better than what they are for real. You know, I don't think they should be 0-6, but you know, it's something definitely brewing in the wrong direction in the New York Jets.
yeah, and that's not the only team I feel like may be in trouble. And the Eagles and the Niners, they both
What
lumped. They
what
both
the?
are lumped up from. They both lumped up for injuries
Yep.
and inconsistency.
Yeah.
They so-called powerhouses are showing that they are human too. These are showing that they can be beat.
How far?
These are teams that showing they could be beat. So are the Eagles really in trouble? I feel like the Niners been in trouble since the season start because they've been winning with an injury prone roster. So
But you know what? You know what's crazy about the Niners though? They still in the game, even with the losses. You know what I mean? What they got, like 3 losses, I think now.
yeah, yes sir.
This their 3rd loss. I mean, but they've been in the game all 3 losses. So, you know, even with the injuries, you know, it's just something about you really got to beat them. Tampa Bay just didn't go up there and just kick their ass.
No.
You know what I mean? Even with the players missing. I just hate the 49ers because it seems like I see their future. The players going to start coming back and then we're happy going to go down. Right when they need them the most. You know what I mean? I'm calling it out now. I mean, because it's like we've seen this story before. We know what this shit look like coming out the 49ers camp. But, you know, it's sad and unfortunate. But you want to know who my sneaky link team is that's really flying under the radar right now that ain't nobody really talking about? It's Pittsburgh.
Yes, sir.
I think Pittsburgh, I think they really been playing some good ball here lately, and of course they always well coached. You know, Thompson gonna have them boys playing regardless. And when you get a coach like that really truly know the game, should you say, and then you got a 58-year-old quarterback that seemed like, you know, he kind of hard to fall. You know, he been delivering the ball here lately. So Pittsburgh, they kind of doing their thing, and they flying under the radar because ain't nobody really talking about them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to me, they're a team that's really on the rise, and they stock that people ain't buying right now. But at the same time, they are who they are. And hell, the way they division going, hell, they're gonna win the division by week 8. So
right, and it don't even matter. They could lose out and they still win.
Exactly. That's my point. So they definitely playing at a playoff contender type of atmosphere going on in there, but you know, it's just at the same time.
I feel like Pittsburgh right now is sitting in the conference, and they are like a state representative that's running for office without an opponent. They just go win.
You know, exactly. they gonna be in regardless of.
They gonna win by their name, just the name. You know what I'm saying? They just gonna win by them being Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but like I said, they the team that's really on the rise here lately. You know, and I give them mass credit. You know.
Definitely. So we go jump into one of my favorite parts of the shows, the top 5. You want to do some top 5?
Let's do it.
Top 5 players, they don't back down. Crown on the head, kings of this town. Top 5 players, hear the crowd roar. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, give me more.
Okay. Top 5. Let's run through this, the Sports Den top 5 real quick. At number 5, Nate Landman. The man has 17 tackles. He's a defensive
What?
defensive
This is
monster.
3 games or?
Yes. Hey, the man of monsters down there for the Rams. And he's had it. Definitely. Number 4, Jake Moody. He was Mr. Clutch in Chicago. Number 3, Jason Dart, the rookie quarterback. He just keep punking people, and he just punked the Eagles. That was a big statement win for him. Was his second game stepping in, right?
Yeah.
And he just beat the Eagle that was on a steamroll.
Yep.
Number 2, Mr. Patrick Mahomes. Just vintage Patrick Mahomes. He make the list just because he played a damn good game. And number 1, you know who I got, Bijan Robinson. 200 plus yards in the game. That's with rushing and receiving. He's different. Bijan
Right.
really different. And
That's definitely a top 5.
that's definitely a top 5. And I want to just make some honorable mentions, or what I say, these rising stars and rookie may be and can make the top 5 of the week. I want to say Jason Dart is making some noise this
He's
year.
making noise.
He's making big platinum, and it's crazy. He only did it in 2 games. And you
Yes.
know that's what makes you think he got more to come, because he only did that in 2 games.
Yes.
Hermani Vendel in LA, that running back for the Chargers,
Yeah. Yes.
he had 140 yards this week too. And he scored the touchdown to beat Miami. So he making some noise. And let's just not forget about the young man. I want just 200 plus yards is just fucking ridiculous.
Yes, it is. It is.
With a team that was the underdog. Definitely.
By far they was.
So, you know what time it is? And I got a good one. You know what time it is? I like that. Who would you rather?
All right, it's time for Who Would You Rather? Because in the 2 players, 1 choice. Who you taking and why?
I got one for you. Who would you rather? Reggie White mix and merge with Ray Lewis, or
Oh shit, I see where you going.
would you have Lawrence Taylor merge with Aaron Donald? Who would you rather?
Well, if I was the quarterback, neither one of them. That's for damn sure. I'd be running for my life out here. Which ones would I have on my team merged together? Oh, that's a tough one. That's
Yeah,
a tough
it-
one.
Either or, they both merge into one athlete. Who would you want?
All 4 of them scary as hell.
Right now they merged, and now it's only 2. So it's like the Power Rangers when they made that big ass trapezoid, whatever they want to call it.
Right. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, Caddy. I mean, that's very hard, I must say. I mean, that's something where it's like they even. You could flip the coin, and I'm cool with either side.
Okay,
Oh, you don't want them 2? I'll take them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or I'll take these 2, and I'll be mad that the other person took the other 2. You know, so that's a tough one. I mean, but if I was to have to pick, you know, because I gotta pick, I'm probably gonna have to go with Lawrence and Darnold. You know, strength, quickness, and just the know-how of playing football.
Okay,
You
and then
you looking at two sack masters. You know, Lewis, he was more good on the coverage, but White, you know, you couldn't stop, especially with the spin game.
okay, so what position will you have this athlete play? Because it's merged to one. Would you
Yeah.
have it play? Would you have it play the line, or would you have it play the outside linebacker?
Well, I'm old school football, so I always believed in the linebacker. So I'll definitely say linebacker on that end. You know that's something that's been missing in our game for a while now. You know, when the last time you just heard a dog ass linebacker? You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
been a while having it.
It's
I
been-
mean, you know, you could throw some names out there, but it's just been a while at that particular position. You know, because I grew up with the Mike Singletaries and the Ray Lewis and you know what I mean, all them guys type linebackers type. Hell, even Lawrence Taylor, I seen him play. But yeah, you know, defensive linemen, they come and go, but you know, them Arnolds don't come and go type of thing, or them Reggie Whites don't come and go.
no,
You know,
no.
that's a damn good four people that, you know, played the game very well and played every damn
Generational
snap
generational talent. They call it because
across the board.
you only get
You
one
know,
of those, and
that's
you only
it.
get one like that in each generation. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
I feel
But
like
you know,
generation.
I'll probably pick the linebacker position for Lawrence and Darnold because you know with Darnold's strength. You know, hell, who gonna stop Lawrence Taylor with Darnold's strength? You know what I'm saying? That's an ugly scene. You know, Lewis didn't really rush the quarterback. He was pretty good with coverage, but you know, and put that with the Reggie White. So it's like Reggie and Lewis, I would have to say defensive line, but Darnold, and Lawrence, I would have to say linebacker.
Okay, I can feel that. I can feel that. I can feel that. That'd be crazy though to have a motherfucker with the aspiration of Ray Lewis in the body, or have in the body of a Reggie White on the line coming off.
Ooh.
Man,
So I'm scared.
I wouldn't even want to play quarterback. I had that game. You know how players be getting sick the day of game. Like, I don't think I can play. Just came down with some type of illness.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll be the time. As soon as we play with any one of those teams who got those guys.
That's what I said. I don't even want to play no more.
So check this out. We getting up to that time, man. So what did week 6 tell us? This is the season that we have no Cliff Ericks right now, but
Yeah.
a lot of hungry teams. The Bucks are hot. The Chiefs are awake. The Bears are scrappy,
3-0, baby. Last 3 wins.
and the rookies are rewriting the script. These rookies out here balling too.
Yes.
Week 7 is coming, and I got the feeling that the chaos is just beginning. 'Cause we got
Hey, for real.
so much more football. What's your take?
Yes, sir.
So what did week 6 tell you before we get up out of here?
Don't trust no damn body. You know, you think you got a team, think again type of thing. You know, everybody got their favorite team, but at the end of the day, hey, this is any given Sunday out here. So, you know, with that being said, you really don't know who's going to win what until the end of the bell. So, you know, for teams to play 60 minutes, that's very key. You know, bring the A game on both sides of the ball. You know, no matter if it's the running game and the passing game together or just straight out defense. But like I said a couple weeks ago, the defense, you know, today's defense averaged about 21 points, close to 17 to 21 points a game. And that's considered a good defense. So, you know, with the scoring wise, You gotta have a balanced attack out here. So these top teams that 1, 2, 3, 4s in a row, it seems like when they get comfortable and start going past happy, that's when it goes south. But it's a lot of unrated teams out here that really, truly gonna beat you if you don't come to play.
Exactly. I feel
ain't nobody safe. Ain't nobody safe.
Nobody safe. and I feel like we'll be way past the 10, 12 game mark before we even see somebody saying, okay, I'm about to take off with the thing. Except the Bucks. The Bucks right now look like they gonna be the first team to say, I'm gonna be a step above everybody else.
But I'm gonna throw another team out there that I didn't mention. Now I give it an honorable mention. It's Seattle.
See with the Bradford, yeah, ain't that what Sam at?
Yeah,
doing his thing.
They playing some real good football as well.
I'm
So
gonna be honest with you. Minnesota look real scary with that Sam Bradford still playing quarterback for you. That's all I gotta say.
right.
That's all I gotta say. And that's week 6 recap here on the Sports Den. Hit that follow. Drop your MVP of the week in the comments. Tell us who you think is the real threat in the NFL right now. Right in the comments. Whenever you do it, just stop right now. If you're still listening, just go and put in the comments who you think is a threat right now. Until next time, keep it locked in, keep it loud, and keep it Sports Den certified. Tony, what you got?
Man, what I got is, man, another fabulous week of football, man. And, I enjoy being here, and I enjoy watching some football, to talk about it, be about it. I've been in the game for a very long time, so I'm out like I know what I'm talking about. But, it's just something that, hey, week to week, either I look good or,
You look real bad. We already had that conversation. But
definitely like and subscribe to my man Caddy, because he's on to something. And let's get this thing going.
Hey, NBA about to start, so you better step your game up, family.
You gotta step your game up.
Yes, sir. We out of here. Peace.